Granny used to tell me all the time, sparks when faith and preparation combine. The road been right here all this time, but you gotta look with more than your eyes. And the small axe Jesse Ryle representing for I Just Star Mindset, rich forever.
Dark brown shade of my skin, only had color to my tears. That splash against my hollow bones, that rocks my soul. Looking back over my past dreams that I once knew.
Oh, me I tell you,
Wondering why my dreams never came true.
me I tell you, mindset.
Dark brown shade of my skin, only had color to my tears. That splash against my hollow bones, that rocks my soul. Looking back over my past dreams that I once knew. Wondering why my dreams never came true. Somebody tell me, what can I do?
Rock them and rock them. They're in tune to the mindset. Make action speak. Do something that's timeless. Rock them and rock them. Jabari represent the highest you can fall.
Is that because I'm black?
Man, a bugle me out, I'm about I'm not the boy, just a real youth, a real Rasta youth. Generally, not the thing you better know.
Dark brown shade of my skin, only had color to my tears. That splash against my hollow bones, that rocks my soul. Looking back over my past dreams that I once knew. Wondering why my dreams never came true. Somebody tell me, what can I do? Something is holding me back. Is that because I'm black? In this world of no pity, I was raised in the ghetto of the city. Mama, she worked so hard to earn every penny. Something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? Something is holding me back. I'm wondering if it's because I'm black.
Me I say Aisha, big up yourself straight now. Me I say.
Me I tell ya, mindset.
General, you know the thing you better know.
The day is coming up so soon when there should be the falling of all capitalists. When I and I people should go on home and vanquish Pope Paul down in the road, down in the road. On the day of judgment, it's sure gonna be dread. Believe what I say, it's gonna be dread. After we shall face the great big show, where Jah the Almighty, He sits alone. He sits alone. So you all better be righteous, hear what I say, going on. Repatriation is a must. Yes, it's a must. On the day of judgment, it's sure gonna be dread. Hear what I say, it's gonna be dread.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak. Do something that's timeless. Rock them and crack them. Jabari represented. I just start confirm.
When I and I people so stand so firm and watch Babylon burn to the ground, burn to the ground.
Fire, baby.
One kingdom falling down and we caught are wearing a frown, a frown. On the day of judgment, it's sure gonna be dread. Believe what I say, it's gonna be dread. It's dread, and it's gonna run red. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, so humble yourself, my black brothers, 'cause we know repatriation is a must. Yes, it's a must. So do the things you know are right, and you will look better in Jah's sight. It's dread, it's dread, it's dread.
Want somebody, want somebody, want somebody, tell me please what's going on. Want somebody, want somebody, want somebody, tell me please what's going on. With our people, with your people. They are playing a dirty trick upon them. With your people, with your people. They are trying hard to mislead them. With our children, with our children. They are trying hard to indoctrinate
Me I tell you, mindset.
Won't somebody tell me please what's going on? Won't somebody tell me please what's going on with our people, with your people? They're playing a dirty trick upon them. With your people, they're trying hard to mislead them. With our children, they're trying hard to indoctrinate them. With our children's education, they're trying their best to fool the children. Won't somebody please tell me what's going on? Oh yeah, somebody, please be kind. Somebody, won't somebody tell me please what's going on now?
Me I tell you, mindset.
I can't understand. I tried to discuss with the agent. For instance, Fort Augustus, and talking about Alcatraz. They are two prisons of the same kind. One in Jamaica, the other in America. So tell me why really should we see that? Whoa, somebody. Won't somebody tell me please what's going on? What a bandage. Won't somebody tell me about the prisons? Every now and then they take away a man and carry him behind the walls, and you just can't understand what's going on. But somebody please, won't somebody tell me please what's going on? No, I lay pies to the sorry. Get up, somebody, get up and tell me please what's going on. Somebody. Hey, slave driver, I'm asking you this question again and again and again and again. World police, you false priests, trying to indoctrinate your people. But give me mind. When will this payday be? Slave driver, when will this payday be? Tell us this hour. Hey, slave driver, I'm asking you this question again and again and again and again. World police, you false priests, trying to indoctrinate your people. But give me mind. When will this payday be? Slave driver, when will this payday be? Tell us this hour. When will this payday be for these retired slaves? Now I say something. When will this payday be, Mr. Big Man? When will this payday be? When will this payday be? Tuesday? Tell us now. Will this payday be Wednesday? Wednesday can be the working day. Can this payday be Thursday? Then Johnson Day? Hey, slave driver, I'm asking you this question again and again and again and again. Word police, you false priests, trying to indoctrinate your people, but give me a minute. When will this payday be? Slave driver, when will this payday be? Tell us this hour. When will this payday be for these retired slaves? Now ask you something. When will this payday be, Mr. Big Man? When will this payday be? When will this payday be for all these retired slaves? Y'all listen to me. My forefather worked down here on this great plantation. Surely didn't get no pay for all their wasted days. Tell us now, when will this payday be, Mr. Slave Driver? When will this payday be? Tell us this hour. When will this payday be for all these retired slaves? Lord. Will this payday be Monday? Will this payday be Tuesday? Tell us now. Will this payday be Wednesday? Wednesday can be the working day. Can this payday be Thursday? Ben Johnson Day? Can it be Friday? The regular payday? Can it be Saturday? Saturday being Shoemaker's wife day? Driver, I'm asking you this question again and again and again and again. Word police, you false priests, trying to indoctrinate your people, but give me a minute. When will this payday be? Slave driver, when will this payday be? Tell us this hour. When will this payday be for these retired slaves? Now ask you something. When will this payday be, Mr. Big Man? When will this payday be? When will this payday be for all these retired slaves? Y'all listen to me. My forefather worked down here on this great plantation. Surely didn't get no pay for all their wasted days. Tell us now, when will this payday be?
When?
Driver, when will this payday be?
When the big check there go run off.
When will this payday be for all these retired slaves?
Long time a song you make, you know.
Will this payday be Monday?
Today I'm Monday right now.
Will this payday be Tuesday? Tell us now.
Mindset family, warm welcome, you know.
Maybe Wednesday. Wednesday can be the week.
Pleasant good evening. Pleasant good morning here on the UK side,
Thursday, Ben Johnson Day.
European side,
Can it be Friday? The rest
African side.
will it be Saturday? Saturday being shoemaker's wife day.
Well, I think the clock gone forward.
When will this fade?
1 hour forward.
Driver. When will this fade?
So it's now 12:15.
When will this fade?
And we're asking a serious question. When will the payday be?
Tell us now. When will this fade be? You better give me that. When will this fade be? Tell us this hour.
Tell we no, we want no, no.
Baby, for these retired slaves.
When I have my mobile number now, no can call me.
You beat my grandmother in the fields.
I'm telling you.
Rape her and call her a prostitute.
Oh my God. Hey, that them going with her. Hey.
Hey, slave driver, I'm asking you this question.
But wait, man, we deserve it. Hey.
World police,
We deserve, we more than deserve.
false priests,
But that you do our grandmothers.
your people, but
That you do with granny.
when will this payday?
Hey, that the boy them do with granny, you know?
Driver,
Wanna not upset about that?
payday be? Tell us this hour
Wanna not defend our little thing.
for these retired slaves.
Our little bickle.
Now, say something.
And our thing and a little thing, you know, our thing hey.
Payday
A big thing our thing is. It's not small.
be, payday be.
I don't want to get it twisted, you know. When will that big payday be?
For all these retired slaves. Y'all listen to me. My forefather worked down here
Mindset family.
on this great plantation.
Warm welcome, you know.
Surely didn't get no pay for all their wasted day.
What does I go through the paces? Asking a very serious question.
When will this payday be?
What is Rasta plan to get our fair share
Tell us this hour.
of reparation?
Will this payday be?
As you hear the artist ask, when will the payday be?
Will
And all the time we can really come and play Naya Bingy. You see me, I said Daniel #1 band or, you know, some straight Naya Bingy. You know, some of the time the reggae music is asking direct questions. And that is why we play the reggae music more while, you know.
hey, slave driver, I'm asking you.
Because they have relevant messages.
World police,
And these big guys, they listen Bob Marley and Peter Touch and the Wailers, and they listen reggae.
let your people, but
I'm not sure if they entirely might listen Naya Bingy.
when will this payday be? Slave driver,
They might do.
when will this payday be?
I don't really fully understand what I want.
When will this payday?
But with the reggae music, the man them are sing direct English.
Now, say something. When will this payday be? Mr. Big Man,
We want to know.
this payday be? When will this payday be?
This big payday.
Tired slaves. Y'all listen to me. My forefather worked down here
May I tell you?
on this great plantation.
Yeah, man.
Surely didn't get no pay.
You know, the Naya Bingy a salvation, you know, I can really hear them type of word sound a more while, you know.
Now, when will a slave driver. When will this payday be? Tell us this hour. When will this payday be?
But with this reggae music, is direct, you know.
Will this payday be Monday?
Like today now, today and Monday, we want to know if the big checker go run. What go on?
Tell us now.
Tell we no.
Wednesday can be the working day.
Wednesday they too far.
Can this payday be Thursday?
Hey, Thursday too far, man. I want to you.
Can it be Friday?
Friday, upon the Sabbath? No, man, that not go on.
Will it be Saturday?
The worst now go. Hey, any day, you know, just run the money.
Me that want it now.
Just run it now.
When will this payday be? Slave driver.
You have all away account.
Payday be. Oh, Jah.
It's a simple thing.
Payday be. For these retired slaves.
And no stress.
Tell us now. When will this payday be? You better give me that.
Give it. No.
Be. Tell us this hour.
Bring it, come.
When will this payday be?
Brah.
These retired slaves. Tonight with the music of my true. You beat my grandmother in the field.
Wham do?
Rape her and call her a prostitute.
What?
Fill the land with colored babies.
That little boss, hey.
Where the dignity then? Sure. When will this payday be? I'm asking.
That little bastard.
Payday be. Back grandma's at the table is turned. When will this payday be?
Him bring all of these mix-up thing and the thing, you know.
We not joke, we not take back no talk.
We not take back no chat.
This payday be. Slave driver. When will this payday be? You better give me that.
Give it now.
When will this payday be?
I want to know when you go pay with, when you go and pay us. You know what I mean? I want to know. Anyway, I want to greet the item in the divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, also Empress Menen I, Holy Emmanuel I, King Selassie I Jah, Rastafari. Another day, and we above ground, as you know, life is our ultimate position, you know. Not no greater than that, no matter what I go on. Alright? So, beautiful viewers and subscribers, more life, health and strength to the item. Good to see the item here. And yeah, please push the like button. That is also important when the item forward on the platform. You know, pushing the like button is an important thing. Alright, so before we get into the reason, I think I have two more songs that I really want to play. Alright, so let's go.
Black is the color of my skin. Yes, see my pain, though I'm still a green.
What?
100 years of slavery.
Wait, the way you say 100 what? No, more than 100 years, you know, man. You don't get the numbers and mix up, you know. Don't get the numbers mixed up. Come. Sounds a samurai. Man, I chop like a double-edged sword, alright? Hey, when I play tonight, you know, you see when it come to money, I not play, you know, zine. So I'm not playing tonight.
offspring of David. Black is the color of my skin. Yes, see my pain, though I'm man still a green. 400 years of slavery.
Oh, 400. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's said the thing right. All right, him never wrong. How it happened that our children owe we? That is a strange phenomenon.
I am the offspring of David. Black is the color of my skin. Yes, see my pain, though I'm man still a green. 400 years of slavery. That's what them brought my people in chains and shacks for an ocean ship a swim. Now I and I bear on the bowl. My mind it takes control. Pray to job when I energy low. Yes, I gives I mercy. Ever quench I thirst when I'm thirsty. So I can face atrocities. I give you thanks, oh Jaja. For you alone can give my life forever. Oh yes, I thank you, Jaja. For your teachings I man will treasure. I give you thanks, oh Jaja. For you alone can give my life forever. Oh yes, I thank you, Jaja. For your teachings I man will treasure. Chapter a day is what I man say. The teachings of the truth, the only truth, it's in the Bible. Hear my youth, my soul it cries out for Jaja, louder and louder as I get stronger. Mine eyes of the old king. Hear when I man sing, all clean when I step in. I trod your ways as I wear your crown, oh Jah, as I call on the emperor. I give you thanks, oh Jaja, for you alone can give my life forever.
You know a time and place for everything, don't it?
Jaja, for your teachings I man will treasure. Oh yes, I thank you, Jah, for you alone can give my life forever. Oh yes, I thank you, Jaja, for your teachings I man will treasure. Yeah, you are my own. You always take care of me. Show by your mercy, oh Jah. I no question when you give by the answer. Your divine hand is always my provider. In the desert, I and I will never suffer. Your ways are always before me, and so you keep me from my enemies. Action speak, do something that's timeless. Rock the man, got them Jabbar, I just started on fire.
The man abused me out of the boat, and after the boy I just started a real youth, a real Rasta youth. Generally, not the thing you better know.
Me I tell you, mindset.
Singing these songs of rock the lost Africans, where have they gone? Singing these songs of rock the lost Africans, where have they gone? Singing these songs of rock the lost
Mindset.
Is lost from generations. Memories denied like freedom. Will our children understand? The spirits of our ancestors is like a forgotten song. I rise from the spell, my people. Chant this one loud and strong. Singing these songs to rob the lost Africans where rap they gone. Singing these songs to rob the lost Africans where rap they gone. Singing these songs to all the lost Africans where rap they gone. I pray you find your way. Remember the place where you're coming from.
Remember. Please don't forget, you know. Even though we might be on this quest for that big paycheck, please don't remember where you're coming from. All right? Still have to be looking homeward, you know? Yeah, still have to look homeward. You see me? That's the king and the queen there. Yeah, man. Africa.
New name, King Rastafari. Weak heart a tremble when them hear it sound. New name.
Oh, you said the wicked them tremble when that. Hey. But if you go and shout that out loud every day, man. People them gonna look like say, look pan we like we're mad. Them I hear the new name, precious name, divine name.
Power of the Trinity, Lion of Judah, return to the throne.
Yeah.
A new name, King Rastafari. Weak heart a tremble when them hear it sound.
Okay.
New name, Haile Selassie, Lion of Judah, return to the throne. Today man sees all his hopes and dreams crumbling before him while he plots and schemes.
True.
Hard way, so him choose to learn, then walk for curse the fire when him plans get burned.
Okay.
I know, cause as I just say, the truest resurrection is spiritually.
Yeah, man.
Key to the comfort is to pray the word, knowing not just believing how the prophecy revealing with that new name, King Rastafari. Weak heart a tremble when them hear it sound. New name, power of the Trinity, Lion of Judah, return to the throne with that new name, King Rastafari. Weak heart a tremble when them hear it sound. New name, Haile Selassie, Lion of Judah, return to the throne. Whoa, she screams in pain. Another life descends into the physical plane. Young mama frightened as she wraps her brain around the work she has cut out for her. She must maintain. But I know, cause I saw just say, the youths them is the future. Let them lead the way. Just nurture and prepare them for the present day. With the word and the example of his imperial majesty, the new name, King Rastafari. Weak heart a tremble when them hear it sound. New name, power of the Trinity, Lion of Judah, return to the throne without your
Children of the Most High, Most High. Children of the Most High, blessed with the Most High. Children of the Most High. Some crook want steal your joy. Fair tactics were in flight. Why you wasting your time with negative thoughts in mind?
True, them don't want to give you the money. True, them don't want to pay away. Fear tactics.
Children of the Most High, blessed with the Most High. Children of the Most High, Most High.
Children of the Most High.
The Most High.
So getting our reasoning, Zane.
Children of the Most High. Some crook want steal your joy. Fair tactics were in flight. Why you wasting your time with negative thoughts in mind? Thinking about committing crime, not thinking about the outcome. To see you smile, watching you all the while, hoping to see you falling, cannot see themselves sinking.
Nah, go happen.
Deep into misery, sand, we casting judgment on ones.
Won't go on.
Stand firm.
You hear that? Have to stand up firm.
Blessed with the Most High.
Can't be no weak fence and a pushover, Zane.
Most High.
And don't go lean up on a tattering fence either.
Blessed with the Most High.
You're bound to fall down.
Children of the Most High, over preoccupied.
Yeah, all my people may call me Obe man in my lad. So, you know what I mean? When you ask all them things there.
They have some loans and to keep you.
King Emmanuel are the highest science man, alright?
You said the interest risen, we can't afford to slow down.
Let me put it like that.
Weapons of distraction.
Yeah. So any Obe a guy I come with,
Wrong.
better come good.
That cause all kind of problem to have your family cry.
Cause we not play with flesh.
No, we don't wanna happen, so think before reacting.
So if King Emmanuel is a Obe man,
Stand firm.
no.
Children of the Most High.
King Emmanuel is a high science man, alright? Ice.
The Most High, Most High. Children of the Most High, blessed with the Most High.
I know so that is a reality.
Children of the Most High.
Because you see the way I live my life, me hear people who is close to me say me is a over man, and me have to say, oh, what? Seriously? So hold on, what is it that I do? See, because I go to Africa, I hear about certain things that I know say, boy, I not do them somewhere. You see me? And the people who them call Obeah and these type of people, I don't even know what them do. You see me? I say? I don't know what them do. To be honest, you know, I don't know what they do. Likewise, the virgin and sister in them in Africa, I don't know what they do in terms of their spirituality and things like that, are, you know, what I call it now. Because is a whole bad thing, you know. Because I hear people say they are, what I call it now, they are people who are spiritual people who fight against people who work voodoo in Africa. As a matter, me hear them reasoning there that spiritual people in Africa, I'm not talking about Christian or Muslim now, I'm talking about spiritual people. They fight against these people who work voodoo because they say the people who do voodoo, they do it for evil stuff. Them do it for the wrong things. You see me? So they're not utilizing the power or the gift what they have correctly. They're using it for harm. So it's like you have certain guardian then, of that realm. You see me? Who, fight against those evil ones. You see me? So, me hear them type of reasoning there. You see me? But in terms of Bobo Shanti now and if King Emmanuel is a Obe man, I hear that a lot of time. I remember even reasoning with a brethren from the Nyabingi house. I think he's somewhere in South Africa now. I think it was June and Negos. And he brought up that saying that him hears King Emmanuel are one of the first Obe man and all thing. You see me? And it wasn't the first time I hear about these reasoning. You see me? Yeah, it wasn't the first time. But for I, as a Bobo Shanti, I don't know what is it that one would classify as being an Obe man. Fasting and praying and clapping and singing, keeping a Sabbath, keeping fit, eating right, smoke some herb if you smoke herb, reading, self-reliance, taking care of family. I don't know if no Obe and them something there still. You see me? I don't know. You see, 'cause, dabble and mix up in those things. We are spiritual people, so that is what we focus on. That is why we have the Nyabingi. You see me? We have service, Sabbath service, and celebration and so on. That that is why we have these things. That is the spiritual core of the Bobo Shanti order. Because it's a priesthood order, so it's a ceremonial order. So you're gonna have clapping and singing, and you're gonna have the reading from the Bible and a couple other books. You see me? So I don't know of my traditions as a Bobo. It's been since when? It's been a long time. I can't really say when. I remember putting on my turban in probably about about 2001, around about them time, if I remember correctly. You see me? But being a Rastafari youth, I consider myself to be a Rastafari youth from a long time. You see me? To how I grow and how I carry myself. I know that there is something special about I. So there was something different about I then, when I say special, people might say the ego and all of them things. But we're all special still, and unique in our own way, But for I, yeah, if I start to recognize that within myself, from probably about 13, 14, time there, Remember I go primary school and, we I go house of dread, right cross, right cross from a primary school I go by Ital at daytime. Oh, look at you out there. Just love over the Rasta man place. Rasta place. I think it was a 12 tribe place, off Windward Road there, so. Off South Camp Road. You see me? Off Windward Road said we still. You see me? Yeah. And from them time that we draw to Rastafari still, from with their primary school, Yeah, because I remember as youth still, and we are trained, for play what a league that did name again. I think a Premier League still. Yeah. We are trained for Clan Carty Primary. Yeah. And remember every time we touch a ball, they rest them always. A be nice, they rest them and making. Why my microphone sound like that? Go on. Why you squeaking? Yeah, so long time. I can't really put me on it. But to remember, when we, more cognizance ourselves still. You see me? I come in line with with Rastafari, and how we see things, I remember during them time that too, we started to pay more attention to the Bible, as a younger youth, we started to read the Bible more, even though, coming out of a Christian home background still, the church thing and reading Bible and the whole Saturday worship and you have to Saturday devotion and all of them something there. So you have to read Bible and you go to church on Sunday and So, all of them things that shape the whole thing, but we never really pay much attention to to that so much, but when we start for growing ourselves now, we find ourselves start to read the Bible now. Nobody never have to tell us boy we figure read the Bible, we just find ourselves pick it up and start to have interest in it, and what was written, and try to sci-fi it, try to sci-fi it out. We did listen a whole lot of music, at the time. We're young and things, so we are listening a whole lot of music, and all type of music we are listening. We are listening hip hop, we are listening reggae, dance, name it. I don't really think we never did the calypso and them soca and them some there still. You see me? The rumba thing and then no, we never them some there. More the hip hop and the reggae and the dance, them thing there we grew up on. Yeah. That's a brief background still, you see me? But I remember one day, even my father, because we are smoke herb and our father is a herbalist still differently. and we are smoke herb as a youth, and we feel like say boy our father don't know. As I say, as a youth we might feel like say yo our father don't know, cause we still are coming in at the house, and as a herb man he must smell the herb away. You see me? Yeah, but we never smoke herb in front of him still. You see me? No. We're there somewhere else. We're there, we're there on our little ends or, in our little space. And a whole pa ganja smoke. You see me? And some, as youth and, we're there build lyrics and, run joke and, patter, patter seal. I mean, all of things are going. You see me? So, Rastafari was always there, was always there, because as I say, I remember my father come to me one day and him say, yo, there is a Ras. I mean, a young youth and my father asked me, if me's a Ras. I say, yeah man, me's a Ras, man. And I say, for real, man, because, you're not going to trim my ear. And I say, but I'm going to trim my ear. Yeah, my father come to me and asked me if me's a Ras, cause the way my ear look, is like, why, you're not going to trim my ear, my youth? And I said, no, man. I'm going to trim my ear. You see it? Yeah. You're not going to trim my ear. We are hold it out. You see it? Yeah, man, we are hold it out. So from them time there, I think even my caretaker father saw, something different in I man. Different from my other sibling. Me have one. At the time, I had one brother. At the time, only one brother, no sisters, one brother. You see me? And at the time, we look the same way, because it go, the younger one always, well, not all the time, but some of the time the younger one will follow the big one, you know what I mean, and do certain things, you see me, and not everything still, you know what I mean, because my brother remember them youth that them on different youth, them man not do everything. You see what I say? Yeah. And yeah, different youth still, And Jah bless him soul still. You see me? So, I could see that him see a difference between the two of us still. Yeah, so from them time there, if we remember correctly, and I think them time there, are probably about, as I say, about 14, 15, you see me, just about to leave school. Yeah. So, we give thanks, the journey, and I tell her it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and it's a journey where we can say, boy, I would change some things, and some things I wouldn't change. You see me? Some things I would just leave as it is. You see me? Yeah. But give thanks. That's a insight. In a I just star still, growing up, coming to a realization still, realization, yeah. Yeah, I remember one Sunday, my brother made me laugh to sick, yeah man, serious. Remember my mother, I live with my mother in a Brixton and I think Stockwell. Yeah. 2 hours live with my mother in a Stockwell and it was a Sunday and Sunday on a Sunday when I really gonna wear too tough on a Sunday. You see me I say housebound because on a Sunday I hold for football. You see me I say Premier League and Serie A, so we not move, we stuck around the TV. You see me, we watch Serie A and yeah, all for herb smoke and then sitting there. You see me? But remember my mother cook a whole for food that day there. You know what I mean? And my mother cook a whole for food she cook, whole for food. Fish and chicken and pork and all for judgment ball thing, Zin, and I remember she cooked the fish specifically for my brother. You see me? The fish, the fish was for specifically cause him say, yo, him not in the pork thing and him not eat pork. You see me? So anyway, we did it. And 2 hours there and no mother gone. I don't remember where she gone, but she gone about her business. And we did it. And we watch football and my youth I think him lick about 2 fish. You see me? About 2 fish. I think I probably about 4 or so fish there and the man lick 2 fish quick and fast. You see me? Half time I think I won my first game, something like so. Quick and fast again, the man lick with another 2 fish and him fish them done. So, what left him not in height. You see me? So, remember me I go share some food. You see me? Cause, from inception when I deal with pork still. You see me? Never deal with it. But I remember me I go share some food and my youth said to me say, yo, I have share some food for you. So I say, what kind of food I have share for you? Sauce or rice? My youth said, no man. Just share some of the Trenton for me. I said, what my youth? I not check say you not deal with them something. Yo, we are telling us that the youth have my week. So last year, because we say, yo, say I crave youth. You crave youth because, you eat all the fish, you eat half all the fish them, and then you eat half the woman food. They're terrible. Yeah, you make me laugh still, man. I tell you like memory lane, you know what I mean? But there was a difference still, and we give thanks to them youth because them youth there, teach you a whole lot of things said we as a younger youth, as a younger brother, a forward up, Yeah, man. So yeah, so we're there for look on what is Rasta reparation plan. You see me? Yeah, what is Rasta reparation plan? And when I say Rasta now, I talk about Rastafari community. You see me? Because I know a whole lot of people will forget technical and, you know what I mean? It's Rastafari and all these things, you know. So that is what we are looking this night here, this evening or this morning. It's 1 o'clock here in the UK. 1 o'clock? Yeah, 1 o'clock in the UK. You see me? So that we are looking and at the same time, we want to explore this transatlantic slave trade. Zine. You have the transatlantic slave trade. I want to know the difference now, I did put it in the thing there, but it couldn't really fit. So I have to take it out. But more have to know the difference now between the transatlantic slavery, the transatlantic slavery, and the transatlantic slave trade. Zin? So, the repatriation thing where we are looking and know what is Rastafari repatriation plan, we want to look on that also. We want to look on them, what is the difference? Because I think it's that, that is important. And I think at this so we going to start off. You see me? I think we're going to start off better. What is what is the difference between the two? Because they sound similar. You see me? They sound similar. I think you don't know anything about the gospel, my brother Levi. Okay. A different show going over there, so I'm leave that alone. Different show going over there. Alright. So what the difference between the two things? Because it have a lot to do with reparation, It has a lot to do with reparation. Knowing the difference. Because the transatlantic slavery, we know what that is, innit? We know what the transatlantic slavery was. Yeah? Now, trade as thrown into the mix. Zin? Trade as thrown into it. Trade. And why trade has been thrown into it. There's a reason behind that. Because it's not slave trade, is it? It's not slave trade. It's transatlantic slavery. That is what we know. Can the Virgin please pay attention to what is going on over here? Yeah, because a whole lot of things still one's not know. You see me? One still not know a lot of things that, need to know. And I think, this conversation that we're going to have tonight, I think will open up a lot of eyes and bring some awareness, Yeah. So, reparation. We all need the money, right? We all do. You see me? But it's not to sit around and wait. Not to sit around and wait. No. I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe that even though we deserve reparation and we should be paid, I don't think that we should bank on reparation, that will fulfill, our heart desire of reparation and repatriation, the combination of the two things, and then again, when we are dealing with reparation, is because, alright, the Europeans are involved. Yeah, the Europeans are involved. Some would say some Africans were involved in it, being collaborators with the Europeans, and also Arabs. Must not forget the Arabs at all. They can't just get off like that. If the Europeans should pay, if the Africans that were involved should pay, then no way on earth that the Arabs must escape from not paying also for reparation, or paying reparation for the sub-Saharan slave trade. Yeah. Yeah. And how me see reparation, as me I say, what people going to do, because I was saying that, I don't believe in sitting down and waiting, I don't believe in that, and I wouldn't advise that. My stance is not that. You see me? Going to Africa is the ultimate move that have to be, the move that all Rastafari sons and daughter, that should be the move that, that should be their heart desire, So, that is the plea, and that won't change, I and I not depend wait pan. You see me? Yeah, we still agitate. We're not going to stop ever agitate for freedom, redemption, international repatriation, we will never stop until that is fulfilled, you know. But I will not advise one to sit down and wait on that. No, I'm not advising no one. You see me? I'm not advising no one. Yeah, man. If the case is when it's time for repatriation and it's just a little bit of people, then so be it. You see me? Yeah, a little bit of people them have to send, and that's and at least them people them can come home to, you know, a big happy family. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we shouldn't sit down and wait for any guy to make up his mind. You see me? When him ready or she ready, you know, for say boy, you know, we alright, yeah man, if you say boy, we can't let them go, you know. No. Move while you can. Move while you can, because why I say that, you know, I will use the past 3 years as an example when everything was down and on the ground. Zin? And cruise ships wasn't allowed to dock certain islands and certain places. They had to stay out in the sea. You understand? Yeah. And planes were grounded. You understand? Yeah. And nothing never move. So, if that can happen, it can happen again. And it can happen without them lifting any restriction. It can happen without them lifting any restriction for even a long time. And if them say no plane nah fly, no plane nah fly. See? And when no food nah come in and gas, you can't. Oh, people. Come on, this is not a scare tactics thing, you know, or scaremongering, but I'm just saying why we cannot sit down and wait on any guy or anyone, regardless that we are agitate for these things, that yes, we need repatriation, yes, we need reparation, yeah, we need repairing and all of that, you know, not just the money, but a lot of things, you know, that come with, you know, repairing, you know, so we can't sit and wait. No, we cannot sit and wait, my people. I'm not gonna advise that at all. You see me? We have to take sleep, mark death. If you don't understand the parable, they go and go look up some Jamaican parable thing. Then I don't know if it's indigenous to Jamaica, but I did some hear it. But they have to take sleep, mark death here. We see what happened in the past. Alright? Must not be naive now, you know. You see me? Must not be naive now. Yeah. So, let's be wise. You see me? Let's be wise. Let's be wise. Yeah. Let's be wise, my people. You see me? Let's be wise. That's all I can say to the island. Let's be wise. Yeah. Because you don't know the minute or the hour, you know. You don't know the minute or the hour. You can just hear boom tomorrow morning. Yeah, I said bumbleclot again. Serious? So, you know, we have to be serious, my people. We have to, we have to be serious. Rastafari, we have to be serious. Many hear them type of sound and, them take it light, They take it light, because I Just Star is nobody. Body don't know I Just Star. Look how much people there on the live. Nobody don't know I Just Star. Who know I Just Star? So tweet that come from I Just Star, people take it light and them just take it light. So time to be serious, my people. Now another time for play games within yourself, Now is not the time. You see me? Yeah. Now another time. Yeah, so yeah, reparation. That the people them want to hear about. Them want to hear about money and all of these things. How much money them gonna get. So, San Francisco reparation plan propose $5 million for black residents. Seeing? $5 million for black residents. San Francisco could become the first major U.S. city to fund reparation under a plan that would award $5 million to $4 million to each eligible. Why eligible is there, but each eligible black resident. Okay. A city-appointed panel also suggested guarantee annual income of $97,000 for qualifying recipients and homes in San Francisco for $1 a family. Don't know what that means. The city board of supervisors have begun considering the recommendations. Supporters say it would be just compensation to black Americans for the legacy of slavery and racism. Opponents say the price tag is too high. Seriously? The San Francisco board enthusiastically welcomed the proposal and its first hearing, according to the Associated Press news agent. The committee draft proposal, first released in December, outlined more than 100 suggestions. It is widely viewed as most detailed policy effort yet in the U.S. on the controversial issue of reparation. Supporters of the plan say it is needed to readdress the legacy of the U.S. slavery and racist policies, which they argue have disproportionately harmed black Americans in the term of poverty, poor health, incarceration, and economic status. According to the San Francisco Chronicles, the Reparation Committee Chairman Eric McDonald said, "When you consider all the ways in which the system practice," let me repeat this. When you consider all the ways in which the system and practice have been managed to exclude and steal, if you will, the opportunity for financial mobility, families are hurting and have been for decades, if not longer. Financial repair is time sensitive. That is not one that can or should wait. But critics who include political liberals in the city have labeled it a financial and political nightmare. Seriously? They argued that the Californians who were never slave owners should not have to give money to the people who were not enslaved. Racist again. Some have also argued it would be difficult to fund such a proposition aimed at tech industry downturn in Silicon Valley, for which San Francisco is the main hub. A proper analysis of the course of the proposal has yet to be completed by the committee. The panel final report is expected to be released in June. Then it will be up to the lawmakers in the state to legislate to draft any actual measures and decide whether to vote to pass it. The reparation debate has gained momentum in the U.S. in recent years, particularly after the nationwide racial justice movement of 2020. That year, California became the first state to form a reparation task force. Since the Boston City Council has also approved a reparation task force, in 2021, the Evanston, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago, approved reparation for some late For some resident, including money for home repair, down payment and interest are late penalties due and properties. One of the difficulties being discussed in San Francisco is how to determine who qualifies. About 50,000 black people live in San Francisco, but it's not clear how many would be eligible. All of them, got them black. Qualifying criteria under the plan include that a person would need to be at least 18. Okay. Would need to be at least 18-year-old and have identify as a black or African American in public document for at least a decade. So what them I say, boy, you have to okay. You have to hold a American citizenship or a green card or something like that for more than 10 years. Zine for be eligible. Interesting. Yeah, but that is what is happening in America regarding reparation. Now, what is happening when it comes to Rastafari? You know, when it comes to reparation, you know, what is it that we are doing? You know, what is it we are doing? You know, are we doing anything? Because if we not do nothing, you know, it might as well, you know, we just put all our focus and energy in going to Africa. If we don't have anything in plan, you know, for reparation, might as well, you know, we just put all our energy and just Africa, you know, straight. And if when we reach Africa, then we can tackle it from there, then so be. You know what I mean? Yeah, we get the African government them to see things and, you know, put a lot of pressure on them and get them to not put it in our African leaders' hands, you understand? But put it in our hands, you know? Yeah. Simple as that. Yeah, man. Simple as that. So, you know, what is our plan? What is our plan? I want to open up the phone line then. We have a thing we want to play. And after I play it, I think I've played it here before somewhere. I might have it somewhere on this thing here. But let me just look for it for me. Did I hear it from earlier? Yeah, so I'm going to play a thing and then we're going to open up the phone line, take some phone calls and, you know, make we know what is our plan as Rastafari, you know, as it relates to reparation, you know. Yeah, man. Because we need that, don't it? We should be repaired and we should be paid. Yeah, man. Reality. You understand? Yeah, when I put we mouth a ground and talk, you know, we should be paid. Yeah, man. We should be paid handsomely. You know? Yeah. I mean that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we should be paid, man. Long time. Long time we should be paid. You see me? Long time. Where is this thing here? Yeah, long time we should have get paid, but Boy, them go on like say boy when I deserve to be paid, you know. And go on like say when I deserve. Yeah. This thing can pause.
Very firmly fixed in your mind. You're not here for a parlor discussion. It's not something to talk about that's nice. If you don't get reparations, if you hear about reparations, get this very firmly fixed in your mind. You're not here for a parlor discussion. It's not something to talk about that's nice. If you don't get reparations, black folk, you're through in this country. Let me be that very specific for you. You see, what's happening to black Americans is that black Americans have been systematically, socially engineered into the lowest level of a real-life monopoly game. You do not own and control a sufficient amount of anything to be competitive in America. And you've been marginalized now for 400 years. You're getting ready to be buried. You can get buried underneath a whole broad groups of ambiguous groupings. That's everything from culture groups, language groups, and gender groups. You're going down. It's no longer an issue. You better get reparations and get it fast. Now, to get reparations, one of the things I've been trying to do now for 30 years, beginning with the state of Florida, when Governor Reuben Askew put me over education, when they had no blacks in politics in Florida, was to write the first affirmative action plan in the United States, and that was written to be reparations for black folk in 1971. And George Bush Jr., I guess, Jed Bush just killed it off about 6 months ago. But what's happening now is that what I'm trying to do is create a Harvest Institute that would try to take all my colleagues here and as much as possible try to give you new points of information to take you outside the box. Part of the problem we got in trying to deal with reparations, a lot of the other racial issues in the country, is that we keep trying to think and find solutions inside the box. There are no solutions inside the box for black folk. You got to get outside and try to find them and get a long-term perspective and a long view on it. And that's what the Harvest Institute is in existence for, and that's what they're going to stay in existence for. Now, the reason you cannot win, as I said, is that you've been locked into this low level of a real-life monopoly game. You do not own and control enough of wealth. See, in 1860, for instance, black folk, as a direct result of slavery, had an ownership. When you were 98% slaves, you had an ownership of 0.5% of this nation's wealth in 1860 on the eve of the Civil War. Now, this is the richest country in the world, the most capitalistic country in the world. And here you are 140 years after slavery when you're supposedly 100% free and you still only have 0.5% of this nation's wealth. You cannot compete. The typical average white person in America has 3,500 times more money than you have. And that's not true only of blacks in America, it's true of the world internationally. What's happening right now is blacks is a marginalized, subordinated class of people all over the earth. You have 0.5% of the wealth in this nation. The same thing is true all over the world. In the world, there's approximately $392 trillion worth of wealth on the earth. And black folk around in the world have less than 1% ownership of it. That includes all the African countries, that includes Brazil, Caribbean, and America. If you hear about reparations, get this very firmly fixed in your mind. You're not here for a parlor discussion. It's not something to talk about that's nice. If you don't get reparations, black folk, you're through in this country. Let me be that very specific for you. You see, what's happening to black Americans is that black Americans have been systematically, socially engineered into the lowest level of a real-life monopoly game. You do not own and control a sufficient amount of anything to be competitive in America. And you've been marginalized now for 400 years. You're getting ready to be buried. You can get buried underneath a whole broad groups of ambiguous groupings. That's everything from culture groups, language groups, and gender groups. You're going down. It's no longer an issue. You better get reparations and get it fast. Now, to get reparations, one of the things I've been trying to do now for 30 years, beginning with the state of Florida, when Governor Reuben Askew put me over education, when they had no blacks in politics in Florida, was to write the first affirmative action plan in the United States, and that was written to be reparations for black folk in 1971. And George Bush Jr., I guess, Jed Bush just killed it off about 6 months ago. But what's happening now is that what I'm trying to do is create a Harvest Institute that would try to take all my colleagues here and as much as possible try to give you new points of information to take you outside the box. Part of the problem we got in trying to deal with reparations, a lot of the other racial issues in the country, is that we keep trying to think and find solutions inside the box. There are no solutions inside the box for black folk. You got to get outside and try to find them and get a long-term perspective and a long view on it. And that's what the Harvest Institute is in existence for, and that's what they're going to stay in existence for. Now, the reason you cannot win, as I said, is that you've been locked into this low level of a real-life monopoly game. You do not own and control enough of wealth. See, in 1860, for instance, black folk, as a direct result of slavery, had an ownership. when you were 98% slaves, you had an ownership of 1/2% of this nation's wealth in 1860 on the eve of the Civil War. Now, this is the richest country in the world, the most capitalistic country in the world. And here you are 140 years after slavery when you're supposedly 100% free and you still only have 1/2% of this nation's wealth. You cannot compete. The typical average white person in America has 3,500 times more money than you have. And that's not true only of blacks in America, it's true of the world internationally. What's happening right now is blacks is a marginalized, subordinated class of people all over the earth. You have 1/2% of the wealth in this nation. The same thing is true all over the world. In the world, there's approximately $392 trillion worth of wealth on the earth. And black folk around in the world have less than 1% ownership of it. That includes all the African countries, that includes Brazil, Caribbean, and America. You don't own enough control of anything. Whites control almost 100% of all the wealth, power, resources, privileges, and controls of all levels of government. You're playing a game you can't win. You got to get reparations. Now, how are you going to get it? Let me run through 3 or 4 things very quickly because I don't want to take up the time here. First thing you must do, I've heard it mentioned already, we got to commit a national campaign all over this country to start publicizing the issue of reparations for black folk. Not as something nice, but as a necessity, period. That means every living soul, every organization, every corps, every institution in this country must begin to start promoting reparations for black folk all over this country. That's level 1, is a massive promotion of reparations for black folk. Second level 2, what we must do at second level 2 now is to start having facts-finding hearings. You must have facts-finding hearings all over this country. And you're going to have facts-finding hearings on at least 2 different levels. One is you're going to go after facts finding about what roles governments have played in the reparations, in the slavery trade against black folk, and enslavement of black folk, the marginalization of black folk. And that should break down into 2 levels. One is to investigate all levels of domestic governments, that's city, county, federal, and state governments. And the second group would go after the international. So you should have 2 groups of black folk in this country exploring and fact-finding on what roles government have played, one domestically and one internationally. On the left-hand side, you should be doing the same thing for the domestic side. You should be going after the private sector. You should be going after all the private corporations in the United States, what roles they played and how they benefited directly from slavery. And also, on the same side, you must go after all the international corporations and the roles they played and how they benefited. Now, the Harvest Institute right now, my think tank, we've already picked up one. We put out a press release on that. We're going after domestic role that major corporations played in the United States. We've already identified approximately 240 companies that are still in existence that profiteer directly and enrich themselves off of black folk. We're going after that. And what we have to do in our fact finding is be able to factuate, document. There are direct line between how blacks have been crippled all the way up to economically, politically, socially, and educationally, and tied into these major corporations or tied into levels of government. That's your level 2. Level 3, you must then start having a national convention in this country. And right now, I think Dorothy Tillman in Chicago is already, we talked about this. She's going to try to call one in Chicago this coming year. We must have everybody who's playing a role, like Congressman Conyers and everybody from the Congress and Cobra, everybody should be at a national convention where we all come in there to not only energize each other, but to share information, see where we are. They're trying to set that up for this coming February, someplace in the United States, possibly Chicago. That's your 3rd level. The 4th level you should start doing is trying to get into, out of this conference should come strategies and plans and a specific role model. You got to have a model that every black can tie into. A model for reparations. Now, my model's a little different from everyone else's, and that's because I'm outside the box. I'm trying to pull everybody else outside if I can get them. Now, most people are going to try to follow the Jewish reparations model or the Japanese model. I'm following the Indian model. The Indians are the most appropriate model if you want to track down, doing anything to get reparations of black folk. Why? Because you see, only American Indians and black folk were spelled out in the Constitution. The Indians own reservations and black folk. There's a direct lineage between those 2 groups. And if you really want to track and get reparations, the easiest and quickest way is to go find out what happened to American Indians, what benefits they got, and track it. In my new book called Power Numbers, it takes you through every one of those steps. You can follow it. If you pick that up, you can come right to reparations very quickly, because it'll be very difficult for the government to deny black folk for the same thing they're giving the Indians. So when you hear people talking about how bad off Indians are, first thing you say, fine, if Indians that bad off, put us as black folk in the same status with the Indians. We'll take that. Because see, right, what Indians got, first of all, nobody declared Indians to be a nation. Indians declared themselves to be a nation. They declared themselves to be a nation all the way up until about 1832 when Supreme Court Justice Marshall said, okay, I'll recognize you as a nation. We never declared ourselves to be a nation. We've always tried to do just the opposite of what the Indians did. Once they became a nation, they drew up a constitution for themselves. We never had a constitution. And what the Indians did with that constitution is then to go to the United States government and say, we do not want to integrate. We did just the opposite. We integrated. And I can track everything right down, or we can follow the Indian model if you want to. And you can see, and all that's already built into the law, and there's a direct lineage between American Indians and black folk that you can follow very easily and get to reparations. But we need to have a model. And in my new book, I get that model to be on the stand in about another month. You get the Powernomics model that will take you through all those steps of what they did throughout history, from the Blair Amendments and everything else. You can track them very easily, and it'd be very difficult for the United States government to deny you reparations when you only two people that have a constitutional relationship with this government is black folk and Indians. Just like Indians use what they call natural rights and lay a claim against the land, we should use natural law and lay a claim against our labor, misappropriated labor. The next level what you must do is move to a legal step. You need to form at the fourth level, get you a legal body right now, whether it's going to be pro bono or paid. And out of our convention, we should be able to raise some funds to set up a mass legal body that'll be ready to start serving suits based on those facts that you're going to find at the second level. And we start to find those, then we should have people going after suits. One side suing the different levels of government, other side suing the private sector to get reparation funds for black folk. Then at the last level, you need to set up, at the sixth level, you need to set up some kind of a pool or resource or retrieval agency that every time we get some benefits, we're going to a special fund that will be held for pooling and aggregating. Now, then out of that special agency, we break away into two groups, what I would recommend. One, you would have an economic development bank on the East Coast and an economic development bank on the West Coast. And what those banks would do is take most of the money you get and not give it to black folk as individuals. You put it into a massive bank where black folk can go draw that money to start low interest, get low interest loans or free money to build businesses and industries throughout the United States. You also, if you track the Indians, you should try to get yourself some tax-free, tax-exempt land. Just like Indians can go grab any piece of land and federalize and put up a casino, you tell me you ought to do the same thing as a black person, get tax-exempt statuses. We can go on and on. Well, there's a lot of things we can track. Go after the Indians. But the thing that's most important, I'm going to quit, is that you got to understand that reparations are an absolute necessity. We're going to get buried alive. We do not have enough to be able to compete in this society. And the further we get away from the civil rights movement, the worse things are going to get. And when people start talking about slavery, don't just talk about slavery. Talk about Jim Crow slavery and benign neglect. You got to understand what slavery was. Slavery is the illegitimate child of racism. Racism still exists. That's slavery. Because what racism does, racism keeps and maintains what was created by slavery. Now, racism is a competitive economic struggle between groups of people for power and wealth. And it's slavery, and racism never existed until the 16th century. And when slavery went out of existence, racism took over. Racism has gone from meaning slavery to being something biological. Then it moved on in about the 1800s. It returns to be something as a personal behavior or an attitude, and now a bias and a prejudice. Racism has nothing to do with attitudes, with prejudice, and with bias. Racism is a competitive group contest between people for race, resources, and for superiority. And racism is a race without a finish line. I thank you very much.
Voluntary slavery, master down with whips and cages, just illusions and falsities. Keep the people intoxicated. Voluntary slavery, master.
Rock them and rock them. You're in tune to the mindset. With action, speed, do something that's timeless. Rock them and rock them. Jabari representing YardSlangz and fuck.
Voluntary slavery, master down with whips and cages, just illusions and falsities. Keep the people intoxicated. Voluntary slavery, master down with whips and cages, just illusions and falsities. Keep the people intoxicated. Them talk about emancipation. Emancipated from what? When them still have to get up with the clock. And the people need money, so the system make them work. In a world of unfairness, where them can't even see them babies first. And by the time them get all the salary, because the renew and the light will come. Voluntary slavery must have done it with sun cages, just illusions and falsehoods, keep the people intoxicated. Voluntary slavery must have done it with sun cages, just illusions and falsehoods, keep the people intoxicated. Them don't have time for the finer things in life. Can't tell you the last time he spent time with his wife. Ain't seen a beach or a river in so many years. And by the time he gets gray and old, he now starts to live. And that's it. Voluntary slavery must have done it with sun cages, just illusions and falsehoods, keep the people intoxicated. Voluntary slavery must have done it with sun cages, just illusions and falsehoods, keep the people intoxicated. So make sure you give thanks and praises to the Most High, up high. And make sure you give thanks and praises for the finer things in life. And make sure you appreciate everything that Jah made for you. Cause you would not like to see him when he is so sad and blue. Voluntary slavery must have done it with sun cages, just illusions and falsehoods, keep the people intoxicated. Voluntary slavery must have done it with sun cages, just illusions and falsehoods, keep the people intoxicated.
Yeah, man, sounds like Empress Kushites. Live and direct from Trinidad and Tobago, you know? Yeah. Yeah, man, give thanks. We give thanks, you know, for life, health and strength. And we give thanks for wisdom and understanding. Wisdom, knowledge and understanding. You know, we give thanks for that. You see it. Yeah, so yeah, what the Virgin I say. Him say some great points. You see me? He mentioned Africa as a whole with all of the black people where we are financially. But after getting the money as black Americans, you know, he didn't mention anything about going to Africa. That is the only discrepancy I would have with you know, with that talk. But overall, yeah, I you know, agree with what he's saying, or else I wouldn't have played it anyway. You see me? But for the fact that he mentioned Africa, but didn't mention them, you know, with black Americans are, you know, going back after getting that reparation money. Yeah, that wasn't mentioned. So that is the only discrepancy. Not trying to be negative or anything, you know. But that just goes to show, where we are as a people. That some of the time, Africa is not on the forefront of our mind. Is what is really happening around us. You see me? What is really happening around us, and the way the system has set, Africa as a place, some of the time, if not majority of the time, blessed love.
Hello.
Blessed.
Yeah. Okay. All these years since I've had WhatsApp, I've never really called in on any program before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in, man.
But I like how you talk, and as a person who I used to be in the Rasta movement, the tribe of Israel.
Yeah.
And I'm not a young person. I'm actually early 60s. But I still have my firm belief, I had to make changes, but in my head and my heart, I'm still there. The problem I'm having that I'm really trying, I've never heard anyone come out so plain with trying to dissect the situation as you hear now.
Okay.
And what I'm asking is there any proof really with singers like Chronics, Protege? Why are they being pointed out as being affiliated with the other side of the world? Is it because they move with people, they associate with people who is there, or what?
What you mean? Because your question, I don't think your question is in line of in what we're reasoning about still. You see me?
Okay.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
I see the group and they say the question is if these Rastafarians have thrown the Rastafarian movement in disarray.
No,
So,
I think that is a few nights ago. Tonight,
okay.
yeah, tonight, the topic tonight is what is the Rastafari plan to get our fair share of reparation. So as a past member, as from the 12th tribe, what's your perspective on reparation now?
Well, I'm gonna be very honest with you. In terms of reparation, I really wasn't focusing on that area. When I was listening to what you were saying, I wasn't really focusing there. I was because I'm twisted right now. The fact that I see so many of our fellow Rastafarians who is portrayed in another world. So it's like I don't really know where we are headed here now. So it's like I can't even touch
man.
the topic of reparation.
So yeah, man. I'm directing you, man. I'm the host, and it's a simple thing because you sound very bright and intelligent, all right. And I'm just asking you now. When you used to trad 12 tribe as a Rastafari. I suspect that you're here in the UK, so you used to go up a Kemshot Road or probably in all right. Okay, so your perspective then, as it changed or as it evolved, since since them time there, because reparation and repatriation is something that you would say coincide together. You know, so
Yeah.
what's your perspective on reparation? You think that over 400 and odd years, over 400 and probably 40 odd years, going 50 years now, you think that we should be paid for what we have gone through, even in the rush?
Definitely. Yes, we should. We really should be because as far as I can think back then when Rastafarian movement started, they were really penalized. They were like this come on the earth really because I'm from Montego Bay there too where
Seeing.
they were really, stepped on, crushed and crucified. So it's hard to see. That's why I say I'm getting twisted because to see where we are coming from and what we have brought to the forefront, like even marijuana right here now.
Yeah.
And I notice so many of our own brothers and sisters tend to be capitalizing on our hairstyle, which is not a style, it's a part of the religion, number one. Our the say marijuana or cannabis is like they have taken the our what should I say now, our beliefs, our sacrificial belief and put it one side and everything about us now is style. So this is one of the reasons why they're not even gonna be paying us any attention when it comes down to repatriation. Because people are not asking the question where real Rasta gone.
Right. So what you're saying is there's no seriousness in the movement anymore. So people don't take us serious, much less to
No,
even
that
wanna.
definitely that is what I see. We are now gone in a minority league. That's where we I see ourselves, and the reason why I tend to blame us also, and I'll tell you why, because over the years we have noticed changes coming in, things happening, and it's like we just give a blind eye to it and sort of ignore it. For example, same place down in Bobby there when these guys come with their hair locks and start imping on them themselves and call themselves rent a dread and all this rubbish. It should have been crushed and squashed, but it wasn't, you know. So
So
it
who you
became
think at the time who should have crushed and squashed that rent a dread thing?
our true-blooded Rastafarians. We should have taken a very serious stand against it from there and then,
True.
but we did not.
True.
We acted as if it's okay. We did not. The
True.
same way or they tried well anyway they tried taking a stand against the gay movement, but then that did really carry on for a while. It's just now that is coming to the forefront down there. People have to keep that in the back burner. But when all these things started, when everybody had come to Jamaica for this rent a dread things, we should have tried to put a stop to that from there and I make these boys not to look at us so it go. You know how we do our hair, how we wear our hair is not a style thing. But
Real.
no one did anything about it. So it got out of style. So to be honest now, a lot of people say with the locks here, though they are not really Rastafarians. Even some of these singers that I say them arguing over and killing themselves over and say them in the Rasta camp. Just put them one side. They are not Rastafarians. They just are wear the hair and try to sing the song because they know there's still a
Okay.
lot of people who gravitate to our music,
I see
our
I,
type
s-
of Rastafarian roots music.
I see where you're coming from with your initial question now.
I don't know. It kills me though. As I say, I've never ever do a calling program, Jado. I'm telling
So
you this. Never,
well
ever,
it,
ever.
for the first time you're doing excellent. You deserve
I
you
like how
deserve
you sound, your sound very cool, calm and composed, and I'm like, God, I just lie here in the bed and I'm listening to it and I'm like, why did I come on click on this? But I find it so interesting. And I said, wow, it sounds like somebody I can talk with. So,
Yeah, man, you deserve a Nobel Prize for this call, for being the first caller.
oh, bless. Yeah. But I'm really pleased. But it's really heartening to see where we are with our movement, our belief. It's hard. It's really everything you can think of, even some dog over here are Rasta.
What that?
They say them have dogs, they call them Rasta dogs.
Oh,
I'm wondering
see,
if these dogs here
disrespect.
was like that naturally, or are them doing so.
Disrespect, eh?
Yeah. So because of that, now when you come on to the repatriation side of it, to speak on it and to say we are heading to, I'm going to be honest with you and keep it real. We ain't heading nowhere. Instead of the movement becoming stronger, with a much forceful momentum, we have become stagnant.
Serious. Very serious.
Yeah, we have become stagnant. When I see real Rastas come together, like when a Rastafari and Bridget and sister drop out, then you get that moment, the ambience of seeing how we put them to rest, the celebration, when we are there doing what is expected of us. It's like that's the only time that we can really have some form of real gathering once more. And when that is over, it's done. Everybody gone back to their style. They said them are Rasta, but
And it shouldn't be so.
like most people are rascals.
It shouldn't be so after you gather, it's just gone back to, everyone, living their individual family life, I mean, if we're a family, then, we should be, linking up and bringing our resources together.
You're talking, yeah.
Yeah, man. See how we can mobilize and centralize, and organize.
Definitely. Just like how you have the Christians in their church, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They have a way of grouping up. They have the revival, they have their crusades, they are building their momentum all over. We tend to become extinct. And it's no joke.
Serious.
Because the ones who we see out there now call themselves Rasta, they don't even know the meaning of it. But this kills me though when I see them, some of them put themselves up front and go up on the stage and doing rubbish and chanting crap and kind of singing them, or whatever, and they call them and Rastafari. And I'm like, oh, please, so I don't even go out anymore. Honestly, it's like, no, I can't deal with it. So, in terms of where we're heading, as I say, and for me to have a positive mindset of our developing momentum, right? I just see us becoming stagnant.
And how you think we can change? What you think is required now?
That one down. I have forgot to think back on this one and give another call because that one is a bit hard. And the reason why I say it is because even some of our brethren and sisters who was flying the flag for Rastafarianism, really, they themselves is even participating in the rascals world.
What do you mean by that now?
For example, I remember when I used to go to dance, like Jalop and them places, and I tell you that you were there. No, Rasta. I was saying to someone the other day, I said, when they go and dance, you see all Rasta chicken and Rasta guy, and I see them come on. The sort of dressing, we dress nice and lovely still, but we had a bit of modesty about ourselves. And how we carry ourselves, and when I have on the sleep of plaster and makeup and all them things, that's what we look good. But right here, Mr. Real Rastafarian and in Princess, I go out really. And I'm like, the only reason how I know that they are Rastafari because I know them to be a part of the movement. But other from that, if I just come on and see them there and say, I would question it. I would
See,
like, okay. Because we're supposed to stand out.
yeah.
And we don't stand out anymore. Neither the man or the woman. Come see some real Rasta man in a tight pants. We ain't in a tight pants they call it say you come and greet people but yes, Jah Rastafari. Go to hell with the tight pants.
Read that blazing. Tight pants ago.
And then that may I say, you get me? Yeah,
True.
for real. And the woman them to them the way all them plastered and say, I'm like, come on, man. So it's heartening, my brethren. It's heartening. That's why I made up a calling for your program because I finally I get the opportunity to just speak my mind a little bit. It's heartening. But I have to really think, go back in my ticket cap and give you another call and see if we can actually look into it and see what difference can we try to make. Because as I say, some of the real Rastas, it's like they're two-faced. When they're with the group, then they are Rasta. But when they move away, that's it. Different.
Yes, a
So nobody's
shape
taking us
shifting.
serious anymore.
Shape shifting.
Yeah. So they're not taking us serious anymore. They're not taking us serious at all. Remember first time when if some a function or anything, keeping down is Rasta, all one of Rasta wanna be there because them know the vibes there is so different. So them still come. But no.
Where says
So
that?
everything that we stand for, them take it over and do it in for them own way. I'm pushing real Rastafari and individuals to the side. And it starts even in the music industry. Because the real Rasta them are older and they not sing roots music, should I know, so and cultural music. When certain people are coming with some music, there's something that should have shut down from them time. Now it gone out of proportion.
But
It's gone out of proportion.
I think 12 tribe, as you said, 12 tribe as a organ within Rastafari. I think they are the ones who are more involved in the reggae side in terms of Rastafari still, with the music, They should be the ones who have more control over that side of the music.
You are right. You are right. But they allowed it to gone into a whole different dimension, which they should not have allowed it to. But as you say, it's the fame is want to be known and recognized, yeah? And they should not have done that because our belief is our belief, what we stand for. The Christian them now make not a change for their belief. Why would we allow that to happen? And it really gone bad right here now because when you look and see or people pointing fingers at them now and these supposed to be real Rastafarian brethren and sisters that sing music, but they know like, please. Me wish somebody could have catch all of them and cut off the locks.
Judgment.
Trim them.
Wow.
Yeah, they need to be trimmed. Why they have the hair? What does it stand for? We do it for we know what it stands for. Why are they wearing it? They ain't standing for anything that we believe in. Back in the days when Rastafari movement started, they catch them in a man, take up and trim them. Why they not catch them and not trim them?
Wow.
Them for trim. Yeah.
You're the empress, I go.
Yeah, man, it upset me, John. It upset me for real.
Yeah.
I say, much years now me want to speak my man. It upset me, John. But
Red.
World what we live in right now, but me now make the world make me change who I am. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Rastafari, Empress Menin is still here for the eye. And, the
Yeah.
family is still here. We know that we might be in disarray at the moment, but
Yeah.
is only us can really bring it together. We can't really depend on anyone else to make it happen for us.
Definitely.
And that is the reason why we have these reasoning and dialogue amongst ourselves, and see how best, we can reason things out and come to some form of conclusion and, try to
Yeah.
apply them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because is
Yeah.
one thing we can talk about a whole lot of things, but it's really
Yeah.
applying them, putting them, to practical use, make them work for us.
Yeah. Well, we still have to, we have to still fly the flag, and we will continue flying the flag. And I'll tell you something. I will be calling your program again soon, but then I'm also watching to see um how the other Empress and brethren, how them work with your program here, because I'm very observant, and I love to research. I watch things a lot.
Okay.
Because I know if it was anything else I was calling, and yourself the calling program, I tell you, if it was anything else, way world, or in their world, 1 million of them would have called already.
Yeah, man. True.
No, I'm watching them things, yeah. Yeah. So that's why I say it took me so long to hear a real conscious voice, a voice of reasoning and listening to you. Yeah. I'm now
Give
watch it
thanks.
and I say, ain't nobody calling in it. Them people, if anything, enough for them world. Everybody would have ring down the phone. Yeah, man.
Rastafari. Yeah, man, a reality
Yeah.
attack.
So no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, man, give thanks for the
Yeah.
call, man. It's an honor and a pleasure. Normally, 7 minutes me give people the talk, but this is true the first time that I
Yeah.
you
I
know,
know you give
call
me the
in.
platform.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's an honor. It's great to hear the eye voice, and I hope you call in again,
I will. It's PG. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bless up the eye self, and yeah, man. Take care, and
Yeah. Yeah. Be blessed, right? Bless up and keep flying the flag. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Red, gold, and green. Red, black, and
Every
green.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Black
Bless.
5-pointed star. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Bless up
man.
yourself. Rastafari.
Likewise.
Yes,
Bless.
I
Yeah.
give thanks.
Okay.
Yes, honorable family. Oh, what a beautiful call. That call make the whole show. And I didn't even ask for any call. Wow. Jah move so mystical at times, he's he's just beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Sometimes as she has said, I'm here calling, asking for people to call in and no one is calling in, people, find it hard to call in and it's a past show and she and she a call in for the past show, Wow. And but we give thanks, we're here in the present, and we give thanks for your call and our reasoning, Yeah, man, we give thanks for your reasoning, she's licking the hammer and the nail head. She nailing, driving the hammer on some, head off some nails a while ago. I tell you, a beer fire, I gash off. Yeah, man. But the phone line is open. Yeah, the phone line is open. The number is 07852923892. Alright. Yeah, them can link we on the WhatsApp. We have 47 minutes to be precise. 47 minutes leave on the platform. 47. Zane? Yeah. So yeah, the line is open. The phone line is open. There them can link we on the WhatsApp. Let me bring the number on the screen, and I'm gonna drop it in the chat room in a little bit from now. Alright, so let me bring it on the screen. So the them can see it on the screen. The them can link me on the WhatsApp. Or the them can link me straight, whichever way. You know what I mean? It's convenient for the item. Okay. So yeah. Reparation. We need reparation. And some of the time, the way I look on some of these things is like, you know, when they're taking so long and they don't want to do anything, is, you know, is like it's to keep us back, you know, keep us back, keeping us thinking on these things, you know, when it's going to happen. And the longer we're here thinking and agitating, you know, our life is being, you know, wasted away in the West when we could be, you know, doing a lot more in Africa. A lot more. And why I say that is, if you can leave and go to England or America from Jamaica or the Caribbean, and you can go and start a life there, you can go and start a life in Africa. Yeah. You can go and do that in Africa also. Yeah. Serious. So, reparation at the same time, you know, them dangle it in front of our face, and, you know, at the same time they're holding us. You know, them are all way with it. Yeah, them are all way with it. You know, so that's why I wouldn't advise anyone to wait on this system here. You see me? Yeah, wait on them boy, I know. These guys know what exactly them are do. You know what I mean? Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. You know, so them can put certain plans in place, you know? Yeah, man. Just to keep us longer around here. Because they know certain prophecy, you know, and they know that they have to fulfill their own prophecy. That is the reality. You see me? Blessed love.
Blessed love, honorable my Lord.
Blessed love, honorable
Prophet. Rastafari.
Rastafari, my Lord. Warm welcome.
Man, give thanks to life.
Health and strength.
Thanks to the downsetting. After celebration coming through, Empress Menenert Strong coming through April 3rd. Yeah, man, and even the sealing up of the Lent going through March 31st, said Your Majesty.
My Lord. Yes, I give thanks.
Prophet Brian, otherwise known as Rasta. I just wanted to call in to give my opinion because, you know, great topic, Majesty. These are the topics that really spark my interest as a revolutionary and, you know, proactive one here. within the freedom struggle, liberation, and the upliftment and development of Black Africa, Rastafari, Pan-African, and just black people in general. So give thanks, for the worthy program, same way.
My lord, honorable.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to say that I don't really see like Rastafari have any program or anything pertaining to reparation, majesty, or even repatriation for the foremost. Within the early past, even within Bobo Shanti there, the Honorable King Emmanuel, High Priest, leader and God of the EABIC, was known as an agitator, crown champion to human rights in Jamaica, various letters and correspondence to the Queen of England. They're agitating for certain truth, certain demonstration here and there. But after the one transitioning, the thing has, dampened down drastically. And Rasta today seems like they're just living off the fumes of the past. A lot of empty rhetoric, repeat, where a man say or that, and it's not really falling in line and in tune. It's coming like a guitar or instrument without a tune. It's not, updating to the current situation and bringing forward the current energy and momentum that is required for you agitate for your freedom. It's more is living in the past and, quick for one reference things of yesteryear and yesterday. But what about today and the future? So,
what you think? What you think Rastafari people now? What they should be more focused on now? What the focus should be? But apart from we know that organized and centralized, Zane, is the main focus. But apart from that, because I don't see that I go on still, but apart from that, what you think?
Well, everything is a fuel within I struggle that would be based off consciousness. That is the prerequisite for everything. How one see himself in relation to God, in reality as a black person, where they're from, knowing your history, and where you're going. So I would have to say it's the consciousness, knowing thyself. Because while we say organized, centralized, I could easily say black people need to go to Africa, conscious people need to go to Africa, which they can. But that would lend to the prerequisite that is needed, which is a consciousness. Because you might tell one say you need to go to Africa, but when you go further into detail, maybe I want to say they're not African, or they don't have any feelings towards Africa or that ideal. So there's so much paradigms and dynamics within individualism. Once again, Black Star Movement as a Rastafari and a Bobo Shanti, my solution that I put forward to say I need a consensus, my lord. Before even the repatriation, the reparation, even going back to Africa, these things, what I would say is paramount at this minute is we need a consensus.
In what sense?
And a census, which is basically to put it formally on paper. What is Rastafari? Specifically to Rastafari, even within the Black Africa, a consensus would be needed within reparations. We don't say who want reparations for who don't want. Because even sometimes you say reparations and you have your own black people against it. Either them say we not going to get that, or that a long time, or we don't have to worry about that. And these kind of attitudes that is not really for it. Like whether it was far-fetched or whatnot, the consensus should have say, yeah man, we shouldn't deserve that. It look far-fetched, say we don't get that, and it's a struggle, but it's supposed to still have a mind to say we should get that. Fundamentally, we shouldn't agree, so we should get that. So there's a lot of consensus that is required. The identity of Rasta. I was just in the live chat there. I may have put down some of the details to say what the honorable sister with this just did on and a bunch on true and right fire. Give thanks to the caller, the elder sister.
Mm-hmm.
But A lot of the reason why Rastafari image and everything can be taken away and led down the wrong way is because we are not organized. There's no consensus of what it is to be a Rasta. You don't have the locks to be Rasta. You don't have to want to go to Africa to be Rasta. You don't have to even identify the Selassie as the Almighty God to say, me is a Rasta. And if challenged, one can challenge that and say, you're idiot, and you know if you do that for the Rasta, and you don't frightened to find out there's lax ones where they look like them a Rasta, come to the rescue of those ones. We are talking about who are you to judge who is Rasta. You don't have to heal Haile Selassie to be Rasta. You don't have to see Selassie as God. You have Muta Baruka with fame, poetical talk, they say to see Haile Selassie as God. You know, but Haile Selassie is greater than God. All of that is poetry. Because we know that the highest title one can get in the earth is God. So when I want to go consider that, see Selassie as God, because Selassie passed that. That is ludicrous and nonsense and adding confusion to the standard of what the world are deal with. Because the Arab and the Mohammedans, them have a God, them call him Allah. And the Christian, them have for them God of Jesus or whatever. So everybody have a God and they have that as the highest. So I and I as Rastafari and black people, we have a God and as the highest, and we identify him in a personage of his imperial majesty Haile Selassie. Like when I come with too much fanatics and wordplay and I try to go around things, because the average person, when in them the kind of reasoning there, which is the average person, and them are going to look upon that as a deterrent to say, forget say Haile Selassie as God, me not say Selassie as nothing. Them not going to come with no clever vibes to say, oh, I don't see Selassie as God, he's higher than God. Them just not going to see his imperial majesty as nothing, especially if they don't know history, if they know him on a historical level. So it's a consensus, I and I would like to see, my Lord, a consensus of thought. Because we need like-minded people if you know, say, we might not get everybody, you know. The whole thing is not to get everybody, because it is a sorting out. If you know, say, all right, we have this percentage of people who want repatriation. We have this percentage of people who want reparations. We have this percentage of people that say themselves is Rastafari. And based on all those percentages, based upon identity, at the list out of check-off list to say, all right, this is Selassie as God. You want to go Africa development, Bram, you're Rasta. You get put it on the Rastafari database. Use black, use Pan-African, you're not Rasta, but you love Africa, you want to go home. Bram, you get put it on the Pan-African database or the descendant of the transatlantic slave trade database. All that is part of the organizing and centralizing. So that way when we have a collective effort now to speak with government, through United Nations, foreign government, international bodies, even Africans at home based on challenges we're facing in Africa, we are doing it with a collective voice. So it's not just an individual attack, them individual opinion and feelings. It is a body and collective of a people who feel the same way. Because we sort out ourselves, we have a personal meeting and our leaders and different ones on panel discuss what we feelings. And when we sort out that, we decide, say, all right, we're going to take this thing to a head of government, you know. And everyone agree. So when an individual or individuals take it to the government, it is based on a consensus. It's not just an individual say a thing and going to take it up on himself. The collective body is behind that individual.
Same.
So that is what is required. Music man now come and do all kind of crap against Rasta. Collective body or individuals can address that and say, I and I, the Rasta culture, nation and people, you know, we have denounced that, you know, and we have disrespect with name and culture.
But
ease off of that. Or if you know, ease off of that, a legal pursuit, and there's a body of people representative, it's not just an individual that say, we don't like how they disrespect Rasta, they so we don't like that.
all right, here,
Organization have to deal with organization.
here what the thing, you know. Me will give you a couple more minutes for reason still, but this are the point where I want to make.
Sure.
You have a lot of organization I've seen rise up over the years, and what has happened, Zane, when these organizations has rise up and they start to do whatever work they're doing, align with whatever category of work, right, whether it be repatriation or reparation or whatever. When you have these entity rise up, you have the same Rastafari people them lick against these entities. That is what I see happen over the years. And if one's lick against them who are Rastafari and these entities meant to be running by Rastafari brethren and sisters, then how is it that we should strive? How is it that we should move forward if when something rise up with a great initiative, Zane, that we can contribute to, we lick it down, you see me? And then run go build up something like it. You know, so these are the things that we are faced with.
Well, I would have to say when those, because once again, ones can lead out and do a thing, but it's the holistic of Rastafari take into consideration when certain initiative is being made. So maybe one's lick out because maybe them never get an update, them never get a memo. They weren't taken into consideration. There was not no meeting or anything. So what is that specific group that was leading out dealing with or representing? Because if they're just really going ahead for themselves, they could only really represent themselves. So naysayers are going to sit that and say, you don't really represent I or speak the I. So the due diligence have to be done when one's communicate internally first to the collective, hence the consensus. And then it's sort out. And if after the consensus that certain things not go on, then most naturally ones have to go really read out and do the right regardless. But there should be like an order, an initiation of how ones move forward in terms of addressing things. Because you have the houses of Rastafari. You know, right now the nation of Rastafari, and I promote my lord. I Bobo Shanti, and I now promote no house. A nationhood I deal with. It's even the black nation right now, and the nationhood of Rastafari and I call upon now as a Bobo versus just to say Bobo Shanti or 12 tribe or that. And I want to see Rastafari move as a collective nation, because so now who we identify as Rastafari, we can speak collectively with one voice and go deal with the business them at hand what we need for dealing.
Yes, sir.
Because outside of this, you know, this is the ideal I speak and say what are necessary. But outside of that, my lord, I'd have to say, every individual, if you want to go home, plan up, pack up, and jump on a flight and go home to Africa. That is the ultimate in terms of saving oneself, because even though the consensus, all that is good and that is what I recommend, and if that now that a fall upon deaf ears, and ones now see them solutions, because a lot of time you hear say, oh, we want solutions, this or that. See the Honorable Dr. Claude Anderson there, where you just put up solutions that. When me I say consensus, solutions that. And there's a lot of talking where sometimes I empty ridiculous that, but sometimes somebody will come and will put solutions, Majesty. And you don't want to echo the solutions. You don't want to hear one that it just fall down in a one dark pit and we move forward again till something did if ball and cry over again. So when I really say black people are Rasta, so-called people, that solution oriented is more empty rhetoric oriented, repeat old time history and old time cliche rhetoric oriented. And that's why initially me say that the consciousness is the first and foremost, my lord. And within the consciousness, it will solidify with a consensus. Because we know say the reap with the tears, you know. But scripture said that we have to go decide when we are time to separate the reap from the tears. We can't every day chat about reap and tears into infinity. And right now, and even yesterday was the time for the reap separate from the tears. Who want to go home? Come over that side here. Who want repatriation? Come over that side here. Who want peace and love and you live in a unity? Come over that side here. Who want that for them business that We no business with them.
Alright.
And when we organize Rastafari, if we link with other groups such as the Americans, them, even if they don't want to go home, we don't relate to them and they don't want to go home part. But if a reparations then say, we can identify with the party. We have a common interest. So not everything we are gonna have common interest, but those things that we have common interest, make we link together as black people to bring forward some progress and momentum to our liberation. Give thanks.
Rastafari. Yes, my lad. Give thanks. Yes, I. Yes, honorable family. Yeah, man. So, yeah, give thanks for the call, my lord. Yeah, man. We're taking more calls. Zane, we have 25 minutes left in the building. Would I love to get a couple more calls before the program seal up. You see me? So yeah. Repatriation, reparation, back to Africa. It's just one move, you know what I mean? It's just one meditation. You see it? As me hear the Virgin I say, one's even lick against reparation said we I hear one's licking against reparation still, and I said, boy, I just repatriation and come some man bring in reparation and I look money and and them talk is just ignorance. Ignorance. And these are ones that is like they're, Africa is not even on their mind, they're just, caught up in that zone and space and atmosphere that they're in. Atmosphere, in that fear, atmosphere. So Africa is not on their mind, and them talk about repatriation. Because you are going to get repatriation. When you get repatriation, what then? What happened then when you get repatriation? Where's your money? You get repatriated and that's so. What happened to your money now? Where you going to live? Or you are going to sustain yourself? Repatriation and give with judgment ball money. You understand? Give us our judgment ball money also. So we're taking calls on 07852923892. We're taking calls. Zane. Yeah, what the items say as Rasta plan, towards reparation. Do we have any plans? We're taking calls on 07852923892. Let me know the item thoughts. We have a couple of minutes. We have about 20 minutes left in the building. Alright. 21 minutes, 22 minutes. And we are take calls on the topic. Zane, what is Rastafari reparation plan? What's your plan as a Rastafari? What is your plan? What would you like to see? What would you like to see happen? If money should disperse, or would you like to see it delegate? Who's on it should go in. We see the other day in Jamaica, we see the Honorable Minister Babsy Grange is agitating for reparation for slavery in Jamaica, for the people in Jamaica. Yeah. I don't know if all right, watch here now. You see the That's Empress Brandy texting and said we have planned that we okay. So yeah. So yeah. That's throw me right off of when I did that. About to say still. You see me? Yeah man. So yeah, Africa my people. You know? Africa my people. Yeah, you know that text I look and I thought it was, you know, something related. But yeah. We have to look towards Africa no matter what I go on. You see me? Yeah, we have to look towards Africa. You know, me really did want to kind of seal up when me did that. And me did want to say a while ago. Channel. Yeah, my people. So we're taking calls on 07852923892. You know, we have 20 minutes in the building. And we are taking some more calls on this repatriation. You know, what is Rastafari? You know, what's your plan as a Rastafari, you know? Do you have a plan? You know, or would you like to see things delegate? Right, so it's a good thing I can kind of retract myself and catch myself. So as I was saying about the Honorable Minister Babsy Grange was agitating. It's not the first time I see she come out for reparation. Seeing? Reparation for slavery is not the first time I've seen her coming out. I see she come out last year and she sent a letter to the Governor General. Yeah. I think that's what happened. She did send a letter to the Governor General. So and now we see she come out again saying that she, you know, publicly need England, you know, to pay and repair, you know, the damage from slavery, you know, yeah, in Jamaica. Yeah, so that is quite interesting, and I guess everyone in Jamaica would benefit from such, and I guess if you're of Jamaican nationality, then you would also benefit from such. You understand? So Rastafari, brethren and sistren in Jamaica would also benefit from such if that is the case, and I don't know how that money would deploy. I remember reading a message on that video. One person said, boy, them would have never like even a penny going them people on, because what they would do with the money is just share it amongst themselves, and the people would never see a dime. So if that is factual and that is their meditation, boy, I don't know how it would work out. You see me? So that's why Rastafari, you know, you have to have a plan. I have to have a plan. You see me, I say? And part of the plan is making sure that, you know, we reach home to Africa with or without reparation. You understand? That is the plan. That should be the plan. Yeah. Yeah, man, that should be the plan. We're, Honorable Prophet Brian echoing, about the consensus which is needed. And I guess, for something like that to happen, then you would need mansions of, international groups of Rastafari. And I think something like that, for such thing, such consensus, to really bring in effect and even reason upon an international level, such reasoning should be held in Africa, not in the West. Such reasoning should be held in Africa. Yeah. So at the same time, ones who want to, within the international, and when we are talking about Africa now, the reason why we're even talking about Africa, and that it should be held in Africa, because we're not dealing with segregation or division, but we're dealing with race first when it comes to Rastafari. You understand? Race first. So that is even the main reason why it would be in Africa. Yeah. And we're dealing with race first. And, race first is from being Pan-African. Yeah, being Pan-African. As Marcus Garvey said, race first. So such reasoning in Africa, and that would give ones also the opportunity of coming to Africa, who have never been to Africa, and who would want to reason and, even be selected as, councils and so on, to really put such, a consensus in place. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that would be like a 7-day reasoning, or, 7-day retreat, or 7-day function, or something, gathering, Naya Bingi, whatever it is. But something, at least something. You see me? Yeah, man. So, we're taking calls on 07852923892. Yeah. We have about 11 minutes in the building. Yeah. And as I keep reiterating, I would love to get some more calls. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Would I love to get some more judgment ball call, but the item is so, hung up on my voice. The item just want to hear my voice. I don't know why, but I love to hear the item voice. And I feel like more hear phone voice. More hear phone voice to man. I think I just want to type in the judgment ball chat room. More hear phone voice, more hear an opinion. I come from on a mouth, what I say. So we want some more calls. And we want some more calls on 07852923892 or +4478 52923892. The item can link me on the WhatsApp Seeing if that is more convenient for the item or the item can link me straight. You see me I say? Call me straight, whatever. Alright? Yeah, so yeah man, we'll take some calls. What the item now want to talk to me? I don't want to say judgment, but what you say? The item don't want to talk to I just okay. See him. I will play that song then if that's the case. If that is the case. Blessed love.
Blessed love. I just started. This is Brandy.
Blessed love, Empress Brandy.
So we're talking about repatriation. Right now, I'm for the king with the repatriation business, but I'm for everyone. When I sit in the heavens and I meditate, like I said, you bring me mind strong, mind strength. I think the words that I write with a firm stand, I feel it can, one self can do it themselves, repatriate their own selves. But as far as a collective security, we also can do that, but that consists of a greater order. So either we can start simple with the simple order, which is the balance of His Imperial Majesty and Empress Menen, or we can work collectively. It's really about just having a plan. And having a plan in its order. And going forward with that plan and presenting a number. And once we present the number and the plan, it shall be given. That's how simple it is. But we have to open our minds and come with the love and the humbleness. And that's why I think, for as myself, I do need a king's man so my thoughts can be correct when in the presentation. On both ends of the government, political, on every aspect of the level. So, I mean, that's my view. And those that don't want to go, I wish to still have a plan for them here to follow Babylon, I guess, if that's what they're going to do. So, I mean, I'm not going to forget the people that don't want to go either. So, I mean, to each his own, but I'm ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go.
Yes.
Wow. All right, that is serious. Yeah, that is a good thing too. That is a good seriousness.
Yeah. Because I'm tired of the weeping. I'm tired of the crying. Tired of the suffering. I'm going home. Each one teach one. I'm trying to learn before I go, but I can learn when I get there. So that's how I'm feeling. And I know feelings run deep.
Do I have any specific place or just anywhere in Africa once it's Africa?
I mean, right now I'm just searching because I don't have a king man. You know, my king man is Celestii, so you know he had me in study at all times. You know, in meditation and study. You know, I quit my Babylon job just to bow down. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it is time to go. So, and that's just coming out of a trauma. Like I was ready to go before the trauma, but now the trauma has happened and I'm in the healing of it. It's time to go because I need the full healing. I need to go home.
Rastafari. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Africa
That
is a
is my
must.
healing. Mm-hmm. So that's my thoughts.
All right. Give
Whole
thanks.
repatriation.
Yeah, man. Repatriation and reparation. What's your closing thoughts on reparation? We should be paid.
Reparation is, like I said, if we have the plan in order, we have many avenues we can go to as far as the monies. It's just we need to have a number and have a plan. And we shall present it. And that's that.
And that's that. Okay.
And that's that.
All right.
Like I said, everybody's not going. You know, I'm not trying to save the world, as my children say, Mama, you can't save the world. No, I cannot, but I can help those that want to be helped.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. And that's how I look at it.
Yes, I.
So I go back to the heavens and I now begin to study more.
Yeah, man.
To move forward. You know, to forward.
Yes, Empress Brandy. Yeah, man. Give thanks for the call. Yeah, man. Honors and manners.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Bless you, Ja Rastafari.
Yeah, man. Empress Menenai. Ja Rastafari.
Yeah.
Yes, I. Yes, honorable family. So I think we're about 5 minutes left on the platform here. I don't know if anyone else is gonna call. You see me? I was gonna play a song before I get the phone call. Yeah, I'm gonna play the song. You see me? But yeah, before I play the song, you know, let me just say this before I play the song. I want to say manners and respect to everyone that take the time out this night, this morning, this evening to listen, you know, whoever and all of who I go check the rebroadcast, you know, later on. You know, manners and respect, give thanks to them patient listening and rapid attention. I hope, you know, some solution has come from this reasoning tonight, Zane, and I hope we can take the words of right that has uttered tonight and apply it in our daily life and, you know, see how best we can attain and achieve these things that we are agitating for and we are reasoning upon. You know, so more love, more strength, and blessing in our endeavors going forward to Ethiopia, Africa, where gods and goddesses love to be. Holy Emmanuel I, King Selassie I, Ja, Rastafari.
Appreciate your melanin, love your black skin, dash away the bleach thing, stop wash your brain in the system. Appreciate your melanin, love your black skin, dash away the bleach thing, stop wash your brain in the system. They captivate their minds from young. False doctrination, white dollies in their imagination, white God and them black from creation. Well, me know say something must wrong. The way the thing them set up in a Babylon, them take away with knowledge, lock it in a Vatican, bring we from the east to our west. over. Just the truths and the rights with me, spit from me tongue. Me lifting up the people, them one by one. Strength to strength, just you know we can.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak. Do something that's timeless. Rock them and crack them. Jabari representing YardSlangz. You can fuck.
Appreciate your melanin. Love your black skin. Wash away the bleach thing. Stop wash your brain in the system. Appreciate your melanin. Love your black skin. Dash away the bleach thing. Stop wash your brain in the system. They captivate their minds from young with them false doctrination. White dollies in their imagination. White God and them black from creation. Well, me know say something must wrong. The way they think themselves up in a Babylon. Them take away with knowledge, lock it in a Vatican. Bring we from the east to a western Rasta. But you know me not go dropping over. Just the truths and the rights with me, spit from me tongue. Me lifting up the people, them one by one. Strength to strength, yes you know we can't do it alone. So come closer, a little closer. Sit down, make we reason and elevate higher. Talk about we African roots and we culture. Spiritual growth is so much sweeter. Appreciate your melody. Love your black skin. Dash away the bleach thing. Stop wash your brain in the system. Hey. Appreciate your melody. Love your black skin. Dash away the bleach thing. Stop wash your brain in the system. Absorber of light. So when the sun hits me, I charge up right. Glowing under the moonlight. Ooh, it feels so right. And I appreciate this melanin that's within us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It helps me see things clearly through my third eye. Black from birth, don't disturb her. No give I no false knowledge to confuse her. Teach I about King Selassie, so I can praise Rastafari. Appreciate your melanin. Love your I'll tell you so what Cushion have to say. I saw Selassie in a vision, and he was on a mission. Yes, talking to the congregation.
I just always gonna fight you for no reason.
I saw Selassie in a vision, and he was on a mission. Yeah.
set.
Tell me what you're waiting on. We got to stand firm in the Gideon. Stand firm in the Gideon. Even though the system might get you down, the battle is for all who's strong. So stand up firm in the Gideon. Stand firm in the Gideon. Yes, this life can be tough. This life can be rough, but don't you give it up, don't give it up. I know the temptation's serious, but don't make no fuss. Keep your meds focused, stay focused. Jah will never give you more than you can bear, and your blessings them coming in a fair and square. The system will always be there. Do what you got to do and chant Rastafari in prayer. David slew Goliath with a sling and a stone. So tell me what's you waiting on. We got to stand firm in the Gideon. Stand firm in the Gideon. Even though the system might get you down, the battle is for all who's strong. So stand up firm in the Gideon. Stand firm in the Gideon. Watch out for the liars, watch out for the things, watch out for the energies. Don't be fooled by the vanity. David's look alive with a sling and a stone. So tell me what you're waiting on. We got to stand firm in the Gideon. Stand firm in the Gideon. Even though the system might get you down, the battle is for all who's strong. So stand up firm in the Gideon. Stand firm in the Gideon. Yeah. Give Jah thanks and praises for the rest of my days, yes. Always, yes. Praise Him, praise Him, praise Him. Give Jah thanks and praises for the rest of my days, yes. Rastafari.
Rock them and crack them. You're in tune to the mindset. Let the action speak. Do something that's timeless. Rock them and crack them. Jabari representing IJStar. You're gone far.
For thousands of years, humans have been searching, studying the plants around us, working to create herbal healing solutions, blended with the best from Mother Nature, a gateway to healing and a better life. This is the answer.
Smash the subscribe button. See you on the next video. I just